Alright, welcome everybody back to Beam Mother Live, another new episode here, and today we've got the latest in the Transformers line from XM Studios. This is of course Megatron. I'll give you a quick 360 here. You can see it's a beast of a statue just like all the others, Optimus Prime and Starscream. Alright, so we're just going to get right into things here, and I got some things to go through. First off, we'll kick off with some of the size dimensions of this statue. The base, just the footprint of the base, you're looking at about 18 inches by about 16 inches deep. So I know a lot of people like to plan for their shelves there, so you have that. And it's about 25.5 inches tall to the top of the cannon there. So there you go, some size for the statue there. The weight, or the shipper box I should say, is, if you want to write this down, 34 inches by 28 inches by 18 inches and a mere 85 pounds. So that is a massive shipping box, but comparatively to Optimus Prime and Starscream, that is actually quite small. Starscream still holds the record, 110 pounds. So this box, definitely smaller. Shipping cost, a little bit of an easier pill to swallow than the other two. So he doesn't look as big. He's not, well, he might be as big as Starscream, but he's not as tall. The Starscream's base is probably up around here, and then he was upright, so he was quite a bit taller. It was a bigger statue. This one's a little bit more compact. That's actually one of the things I like about this statue. It's still that massive beast of a Transformer that you expect from XM, but it's a little bit more displayable, I think, than the other two. So that's definitely, I think, a positive for this statue. Let's go. Some of the parts that you get. We'll start off with the plaque. So we got that here. These are okay. You know, I don't know if I would ever display them next to my piece, but it's a nice little throw-in inside the box. So if you want to see what that looks like. What else we got here? Well, let's talk about the paint on this guy. Definitely not as vibrant as Optimus Prime or Starscream. But I don't think that's it's not a knock on XM. It's just that's what Megatron looks like. So the paint comes off as a little bit more drab looking, I think. A lot of the gray area is a matte finish with some more metallic kind of chrome accents on it. The red portions are a little bit more metallic looking, but there's not as much of it. So he's color-wise, he's not as vibrant as the other two, let's say. So I wanted to get to that. The pose. This statue sculpted by the guy they call Harry Sin City. So he also did Optimus Prime. He also did the Magneto on Throne for XM. So he's done a few pieces for them over the years. But I like this pose a lot. I think it's probably the most menacing looking of the three Transformers so far. I really like what he's done here. And there's some swap out parts, so we'll get to those in a little bit here. I don't know if they're making the bases smaller going forward, someone asked. Grimlock looks enormous. It looks like by far the biggest one so far. So I don't know if that's a design choice moving forward. But as I said, I like that this one's a little bit more compact. The other ones were really big, like almost borderline too big in my opinion. But if you're a huge Transformers fan, then, you know, it works, right? Okay, so the pose, I really like this one. I think he looks like a badass here, in my opinion. Assembly. Okay, so as you probably know, XM Studios has replaced the old assembly guide. They used to give you a manual inside the box, step-by-step photos, how to put it together, with a video, which is fine. The videos work just as well. But if anyone from XM ever watches this video, make sure you at least have the video up on your channel when the statue comes out. Because this one, again, just like the last couple, the video wasn't there when I went to put this statue together. So you kind of have to figure it out. And for the Transformers, that can be a little bit tricky. This guy wasn't too bad, but there was this one piece here, kind of a snake-like piece on the base that I couldn't figure out where it went. I just didn't know how it went, onto the base. But there is a little hole right at the back. I'll flip it around here. Kind of right under where the ball and chain is, right there. And it sneaks into there, and then there's another little key just in the front here. But it took me a while to find that, so I would have liked to have the video when the statue was released. So, just a little suggestion to XM. All right, so let's talk about some of the swap outs. So right now I've got, I'll call this the more G1 head. And this head was added later on. I believe this head here was sculpted by Martin Augusta. I could be wrong on that. He's not credited on the website, but I think he did do this one. And definitely more of the recognizable Megatron look. But you do get this swap out here. So let's just take that off and I'll show you what it looks like. And before I get any further, I'll just pop the top off. So the top of the head comes off. 2 LR44 batteries in this head. The other one takes 3 LR44s. Okay, so we'll just turn the lights on for the eyes. There you go. So there's the other portrait. This one looks a little bit smaller. They're definitely, I'll just hold them up side by side for you here. So I don't know if you can see the size difference there. They're definitely a little bit different size. I think they both suit the body somehow. I don't know how that works, but they both look okay. More light up on this statue. The gun does light up. I don't know if you can see it there, but there's a light on the end of my hand on the cannon. So this one takes 3 LR44s, and you just pop off that little panel there, and the batteries and switch is right there. So nice way of hiding the switch. Okay, so if you're keeping track, that you need, for this display, you need 5 LR44s. If you want to use the other head, you need 6. Okay, and then the ball and chain here, the flail, does light up as well. This takes 3 AAA batteries, and it just comes apart here. Just kind of splits off in a piece there. So put 3 AAA batteries in there, and it just kind of dangles in place there. You have to kind of wrap the chain around his hand and then get it to kind of hang where you want it to hang. And the button is just on the bottom. And it's got a few different modes. So you can go kind of the flashing light mode there, a little bit of a slower flash, and then just on. So whatever you like, we're there. So all of the switches are fairly accessible. The heads are probably the most difficult to get to, but not too bad. You just pop the top of the head off, as you saw. So there you have it. That's pretty much all I wanted to get to. Oh, the alt mode. So this guy, just like the other ones, does come with the transformed mode. And so it comes in 2 pieces like that, and they just fit together with a magnet. So there's your alt mode, and it has a little metal rod that you stick in there, and then you can put it on the display base that comes with it. So this right here, this is why I was not allowed to have Transformers as a kid. My mom would not let me have any kind of toy gun or anything like that. So, this is the reason right there, and I wanted it so bad. So there you have it. There's the alt mode. Pretty cool, but I would say probably the weakest of the 3 so far. Starscream's jet, probably the best, followed by the Optimus Prime semi-truck, and then I would give this one here. One more swap out part here is the sword hand. Okay, so you can take the flail off, go with the sword. There's also an empty hand for the left hand and an alternate hand for the right hand that is open. So what does the display base look like? It is, if you've seen the other 2, it's just it's 3 little hexagons, kind of like the hexagons on the base here. Give that Cybertron look. So there's 3 of them, and you just line them up in a row, and you just set it down on that. So if you've seen the other 2, it's very similar to those 2. Unfortunately, I don't have it here with me. So with that said, I'm sorry if I've missed anybody's questions. If I haven't answered them, if you've asked a question, ask it again here. but I will show you. I've got some close-up shots of this guy, so we'll just run through these real quick. And here's just a kind of an overall shot with a sword in his hand, the G1 head. Close-up of the G1 head here. I really like the smile, that sinister smile on his face. And then here's the other head, the original head. It's still very nice, it's just not as recognizable as Megatron. Got the sword, close-up of the sword there. Here we got the ball and chain. Again, you can see how it just kind of dangles in the air. The only thing I don't like about this is it's kind of hidden behind his leg. Close up of the can, you can see better how it lights up there. And he does have a hand, an arm that points forward. So you can see that here. Swap out right arm. So you can have his cannon pointing straight ahead. All right, so there we go. We got Megatron from XM Studios. As I said, I think, you know, not quite as vibrant as the other two Transformers, but overall, I might say it's my favorite. I always liked Megatron as a kid. I wanted it so bad, as I said. I was never allowed to have Megatron. I always thought he was cool, and I just like the name Megatron. You know, it's a cool sounding name, and I love the pose. It's got all the great detail of the other two Transformers, and again, this one's sculpted by the same guy who did Optimus, so very similar style. Really, really like this statue. So I'll switch back to the other head to show you that one more time. There you go. So I think this is probably my preferred display. Jason's asking if I can put them next to... I can't, unfortunately. These Transformers, all three so far, do belong to a friend of mine, so I don't actually have the other two at my house anymore. This one, again, will be leaving shortly, so I wish I could keep them all, but I'm sure that all three would look amazing together. Is it sold out? I don't know. I'm sure you'd be able to pick it up somewhere. Keep an eye on you know, places like Spec Fiction and other sites like that might have it, but I'm not sure if it's sold out or not. Yeah, this one here, Eric says this is the better head sculpt. I like this one a lot. When I first put it on, I thought it was maybe a bit too big for the body, but now that I've had it for a few days, kind of looking at it, I think it does suit the body quite well. So I do like this one a lot. Really nice statue. Like I said, might be my favorite of the three Transformers so far. I'm not sure if we're going to have any more Transformers on the channel. We'll see. Depends on if my buddy wants to cough up the cash to pick them up. So we'll see. Oh, there, Eric saying Spec Fiction has it. So, you know, I'm sure you could still find it around, but probably sold out directly from XM. So there you have it. Megatron from XM. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this quick look at the piece. Tried to show you all the different display combos, display options, all the battery requirements, everything like that. So again, if I missed any questions, I will try to get to them in the comments afterwards, so you can check back. But otherwise, hope you guys enjoyed it. Megatron from XM Studios, and we'll talk to you guys soon.